Welcome back to the Stoop Football fans. It's your boy Lolo, and I'm here with Mark on a very festive Stoop.
We got a Arsenal snowman.
Hey, that's a no. This is a very divided house here, so they won't let me make it an Arsenal
West
snowman.
Ham snowman.
But
for the littlest stooper.
Yeah, for the littlest stooper. But so good to see you guys. Happy to have you back on the Stoop, Mr. Mark. It's a lovely Thursday late show, 3:30. So according to Naji, we're not allowed to drink at 1 o'clock. So 3:30. Cheers, fellas. Happy what? Thursday?
Happy Thursday.
Yeah.
Go
Happy
Wolves.
Thursday. So I just want to say big up to all the Stoop crew who's in the house. We've seen Ben Ireland in here. I've seen Bandy, Jimmy, Jasper is here. Good to see you. Bobby Two Scoops is here. Who else do we got? Who are we missing? A lot of people. I think I saw Anders up there. First up, I forget who it was first up. Whoa, and we've already got some Naji haters in the house. Okay.
Nobody be hating on Naji now.
No, everybody be hating on Naji. This is the week.
No,
this is the week
to hate on Naji.
To hate on Naji, I think.
Don't know.
And I see him backstage. He's smiling, and we can hear him. So don't you say anything, Naji. We can hear you right now, okay? But guys, you know what it is. The weekend is quickly approaching. There's actually a match tomorrow.
I got to get
bees without Ivan Toney.
Really?
Yeah, still got COVID. So, well,
damn,
he's still out for that. Mo Master, I see you here. Ben AZ, look at that. Fuck Naji this week. At least he's because I thought you had made Ben AZ a fan of yours last time you were giving out to Ollie. But anyway, you guys know what it is. It's time for the Premier League Weekend Watchlist.
Premier League Weekend Watchlist.
You're nailing that point. You got it. You and John are working on this on the side or something.
We actually spend 4 hours a week rehearsing it.
Oh, that's where you've been.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
Can't
I don't
answer my phone call. Anyway, you guys know the rules on this. We each pick a team or a match. We can't pick our own club, and then we get the audience's suggestion for their choice of the week. And we don't necessarily pick the biggest clubs or anything like that. We pick the matches that we feel are going to be the most important, the most relevant to the table, the top, the bottom, the intriguing, entertaining.
Not always the
whatever.
Sexiest match.
So the only one we're not going to pick this week is Tottenham, because yet again they get a week off.
They have 2 games in hand. Two games.
They're going to find a way to spurs those up as well. So the weekend watch list isn't just about me and Mark. We do have everybody's favorite foil, the heel, you might call him. Let's bring him on, the guy who supports the worst club in the Premier League, Naji. What's going on, brother? Good to see you.
Hey, guys. How you doing? I'm doing great.
We're good, man.
I can't wait for this weekend. I can't wait.
Third place feels nice for you?
What is it?
You feel good in third place? You feel good in third place?
It looks like first place wasn't good enough for us. We are good chasing rather than, being on top for a long time. So let's see how it goes.
So you'd much rather fight for the top of the mountain than
let's do it.
Than be king of the mountain.
King of the mountain, yeah.
There is a great opportunity to do it this weekend, and let's go for it.
All right. Wait a minute, because you think the other clubs are going to drop points.
Look, I see the love from all our fans here, the Stoop crew. Members, they all, talking about this game this weekend. I see the love,
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, in order for you guys to get any traction, we're going to go with my pick of the week right now, first of all. So in order for Chelsea to get any traction, Man City are going to have to lose to Wolves. And I'm picking Man City Wolves, not because I think City's going to lose, but because I think this could be a crazy draw. I mean, Wolves really showed something against Liverpool last week. They really showed something, and it was a terrible way to lose.
It was
because you
probably
guys were
the worst way to lose.
You guys were in that so hard, and then it was like it's almost nearly the same thing happened with Leeds United when Calvin Phillips goes off, and boom, the goals start coming in.
Yeah.
You guys lost Ait Nouri, who had been doing an incredible job.
In his pocket.
And
Salah was right in there,
and
not too many people can do that.
And you guys held this ridiculous team to 1 goal by Divock Origi. Like, that's nuts.
Man.
Not saying that's the same thing. It's a different kettle of fish when you're talking Manchester City, because Manchester City, like, that's why in fantasy, like, it's hard to have any striker from Man City, any midfielder from Man City.
You can't
You
have
just
a striker from Man City. They
well-
don't have a striker.
Well, Jesus, if you're looking at straight across, like, that's what he's classified as, Jesus, Raheem Sterling. But you're right. They don't really play with a striker. I mean, Foden's their striker sometimes.
No
Bernardo
Foden this
Silva's their striker.
Foden
It's
got
crazy.
COVID.
It doesn't even matter if he's
I
playing
know
or
it
not.
doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. It really, really doesn't.
Jesus
And so-
comes back this week, and you know,
Raheem Sterling has been doing well, actually, and Jesus has been doing fantastic, getting assists like
Mhm.
crazy. And look, we're talking about no Kevin De Bruyne, no Jack Grealish for most
he's back.
of this.
Kevin is back.
I know.
heard.
But I'm
they
saying
have-
for most of the damage that they've been doing, it's
Yeah.
without
It is
all
the-
these guys.
it is debatable right now if Bernardo Silva is the best player this season in the Premier League. It is debatable between him and Salah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry,
this-
it's Salah.
I mean, Salah has done it for the entire season. Bernardo Silva has been very good. Very good.
they wanted to sell him, if you guys remember.
Yeah,
before
because he
the
was
season
extra.
starts.
And look, they go out and get Grealish, who does essentially the same role that Bernardo
Yeah.
Silva does. And Bernardo Silva has played every single minute.
Correct.
Every single minute. So, Mr. Tom, good to see you. And I love that people in the Stoop crew are like, I thought you were working today, Tom. Like, he's in a different part of England and he knows your work schedule, Mr. Tom. Where you been? It's called skiving. He's skiving. So talk to
Skiving.
me. What do you think about Man City?
Ooh, well,
You think you can do this again?
I think we can. I think we can do it again.
Wait, doing it again would be losing.
Yeah.
So you
but
think you can do
no,
that?
No. Doing it again, playing well against a top 4 team. I think we can.
Top 3.
Top 4, top 3, top 2, top
Well,
1, top of the tier.
Who? I'm just like, who are you putting in the same boat as Chelsea, City, and Liverpool?
Because 4 go.
I know, but
Because
who?
4
There's
advance, so there's
nobody.
a top 4.
There's nobody near them.
And we've held everyone to a single point. This is look, City has this tendency to play down and they toy and then like a cat and a mouse and I got you again. And it goes back, constantly throughout the season. I don't see this happening this time. I think City is looking at the Wolves and saying they damn near beat Liverpool.
Yeah.
We can't let them show us, they can't let us, they can't push us around on the pitch, which the Wolves aren't necessarily going to do. But as far as, the back line, Wolves have been playing very well. The indestructible Connor Cody with the titanium alloyed ankles.
She's all right, or what?
He's playing.
He's back.
He's playing. Apparently, it's been an ankle injury that has been nagging him for like 6 games, and they just like let him run into a brick wall, and they go, "All right, you're fit."
I feel like Jota may have that block he did on the goal line from Jota.
I think
Like,
it brought
he
his
just took
voice up
all of
just
his.
a little higher.
He took all of Jota's power,
Yeah,
and he's like, "All right, I'm fine."
yeah, and then he's still directing traffic.
But Mark, you've got a big point right there. I think you may have screwed yourself because City may have looked past you guys had you not put in such a performance against Liverpool,
and that's what I'm
and
getting
you
at.
could have
And that's exactly what I'm
screwed
getting
yourself by playing
at.
too well.
That performance was so strong on the defensive
you?
end that teams are going to have to plan for that. They're not necessarily planning for our offense because we're still trying to figure that out. And I don't see really any big changes in offense happening until like January when we get some of these other players back.
And look, City have been leaking goals.
They've
All
been
of us,
leaking
João
goals.
Cancelo
They've been
owners,
leaking
all of us,
goals. I think,
Diaz owners know that. Ederson.
Yeah. I think Wolves get a goal, but I think City gets three times as many.
Yeah. Naji, what do you think about this?
It's all how Wolves approach the game. Look, if they're gonna approach it like they played Liverpool, I'm sorry, they're gonna be beaten like really bad. So if they are not 100% organized in this game, it could get ugly. I'm sorry. It's all about the mentality, how Bruno Lodge is going to set them up, what's going on today during training, in the meetings. This is the most important thing because they lost against Leipzig in the Champions League, but they played Nathan Ake and, Zach
Efron.
Efron was
Stefan.
the goalkeeper.
Zach Efron, yeah.
Zach Stefan.
I
So-
almost got you.
I don't even know
almost
why
got you
I
to
know
say it.
that.
So,
He's American.
I know, but I only learned that like a month ago.
so you know
He wears
what? They're
that
gonna
red,
bring
white, and baby blue.
they're gonna bring Jesus back, and it could get ugly for Wolves in that game.
Yeah,
But-
I agree though, because it's we don't have a lot of options.
That's it.
What's coming at you last week is coming at you this week, and
Yeah.
it came at you the week before, and it's going to come out a week after, or a half a week after.
Hopefully.
City can change things up. You don't know until an hour before the match who City's putting out there, and that makes it a wonderful option for City. But as far as an opponent goes, you're not going to have the ability to plan, and that works in City's favor. And what I've been loving about the Wolves, they have a game plan, they stick to it. They'll have a plan for this, they'll stick to it, and they'll be entertaining,
Yeah.
much like Lolo. You're
Yeah.
very entertaining.
We are not talking about my club.
Oh, you're cold,
Today.
baby.
No, I'm actually all right. I'm just covering this up. This was for our photo shoot earlier. We'll tell you all about that in a little bit. But listen, the thing about last week, as well as you guys played, had one of those chances that Liverpool had gone in early, it would have been a bloodbath.
Yeah.
It would have opened up
You
immensely
never know.
because you guys were playing for the draw. And as soon as that happened, you would have been like playing catch up. That's when Salah gets opened up. That's when Nori flies forward.
I don't agree.
And that's what could happen here. This
No.
is either going to go 0-0 till the end
Sure.
and then City win the same way it happened, or I think it's going to be this 3-1, 4-1.
Sure, I totally agree. But if you've been watching Wolves, and I know there's three of you out there that do on occasions, you'll notice that they have a plan and they stick to it. They don't deviate from that plan. And honestly, Wolves haven't been blown out this season.
No.
The most they've given up is 2 goals all season long, if I'm not mistaken.
Is Cody playing?
Connor Cody, as far as I know, is 75% playing, and in Scouser, that's 110%.
Yeah. So, guys, let's do predictions on this. We're near the 15-minute mark. What up, BX? Good to see you, brother.
I'll tell you what, I'll start.
Yeah.
Look, early on in the season, we played some top clubs.
Shit, it's the first match. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I know. No,
Ooh.
actually, it's the second match because the first match is tomorrow.
First match is Friday.
Look, early in the season, we played some top tier clubs, some heavy hitters, some favorites, whatever. We lost them all 1-0. Chelsea, Tottenham, United, I think, and then we took on Liverpool 1-0. I'm going to say it again, 1-0 City.
1-0 City. I can see
Yeah,
that.
and sorry, little Naji, if you're watching, it's not that I'm hating on my club. It's just I'm being realistic.
You're realistic. You're a realist.
I'm a realist.
Unlike me, I always go for my club to win. Naji, what do you say?
When you play Watford, North,
For this game, I'm gonna go
Everton.
Always.
City are playing at home. It's gonna be a tough game for Wolves. They should have drew Liverpool last week, man. I'm gonna go with 2-0 City in this game.
2-0. Wow. Ben has 3-0. Jimmy has 6-1. Bobby 2-0. Bondi says it's a Desmond. Do you know what that is? It's a 2-2 draw.
2-2.
Desmond 2-2. Hi, Karen C. Good to see you. Scott Newby says 4-0. Heart first says Ben. No, no.
Not in this case.
Look,
there's
there's
heart and
Ellie's
head,
choice.
man, and they work together.
Listen,
Mo Master, you're out of your fucking mind. I hate you.
Mark had a
No, I love you,
choice
Mo
of
Master.
what club to support, and he chose Wolves. That should show you where he's at. Like, he's a realist. He's like, this is where we're at.
I
Like,
didn't
I'm a real.
want to pick
I
a
know.
top
It
club
makes- it
because
just-
that would just be too easy.
It
Because
fits
then
your
I could,
personality.
Because then I could have like leaned back on all the hardware of the past, except for you, Spurs.
No, I have to say, like, we all now knowing you as a football fan, you are a fucking Wolves fan. Like, you are,
Look, I
and
just
you're
watch
annoying as shit.
I just
about it.
watch football.
Um,
That's all I do.
So Jasper
So love
says
me for that.
2-1 Wolves. 2-1 Wolves.
Wow.
All right.
I would love that result.
All right. You get bonus points on happy hour if that happens.
I'll tell you
Oh,
what.
next
man.
week. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my prediction, and I have really unfortunately City at home. I got Mark. I got to go 1-0. I'm seeing it the same exact way.
Yeah.
Same exact way.
We
1-0.
don't give up many, and when we do, we have it's not a breakdown, it's a personnel issue when we give up more than one. Seriously, like we did,
Yeah.
when we didn't. If we don't have Neves in, if we don't have Moutinho in, we don't have.
He's much nicer than a Wolves fan. Yeah.
I haven't met any.
Just wait till like year 10 of him
There's-
watching football. He's going to be annoying.
When I
as
have
shit.
my own relegation show.
The championship special.
I have no idea, but look, man, I'm getting up at 7:30 in the morning to watch, and I will watch it. And
7:15, man. You need to make
7:15.
coffee. You need to make some coffee.
Coffee is always made because
oh,
my wife runs her own business, and she gets up at like 5:00 in the morning
on Saturdays.
on 7
gosh.
days a week, brother.
Oh.
I would love it if it was 0-0. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be fun to watch.
I would be too scared to watch that game, Mark. I wouldn't watch it for you, man.
All right,
Oh,
Naji.
okay.
What's your team? Match. What match are you picking this week?
Yeah, so we are picking a very interesting match. Is going to be Liverpool Aston Villa.
Ooh, the Stevie G, the return of the Stevie G, right? He hasn't been back there.
Is he the saxophone player?
Kenny G, that's his
Kenny
brother.
G.
His brother.
And he plays on Villa. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
The flowing Jerry curl locks.
Dude, fucking women are into
So,
that.
it is a very interesting game. Liverpool just played in the Champions League midweek, but they played all the bench players, and they also beat AC Milan.
Salah played.
Salah
He
played.
scored a goal.
They played half the game.
Yeah.
Mane also, Origi scored another goal, which was great. I watched that game. Liverpool played well with the bench players, which is shocking. Origi was like, I'm like, why doesn't he start? He was so good in that game. So
Salah, Mane, Firmino, Jota probably are ahead of him on this
Jota didn't
team
play
sheet.
in that
Yeah.
one, so
No.
he will play
I'm
on
saying he's
Saturday.
like, I don't know why Origi doesn't play more. He's got a list
There's
of
a
people.
long list of people playing ahead.
and a lot of the
Who
people
knows?
are gonna be focusing on Steven Gerrard going back to Anfield and all that. Steven Gerrard doesn't care anymore. He's a coach of Aston Villa right now. He's gonna try and beat Liverpool.
Yeah.
But it's going to be very tough. I mean, he started really well. He lost one game out of the 4 he played. I think he lost against Man City, if I'm not mistaken. That's the only game he lost. But he's been doing really good. He took over after they lost to Southampton 1-0 when Smith was still in charge. I'm not sure he's benching Ings lately. He's playing with Oli Watkins. Buendia, he was inserted in the last game. So he's still not sure on, but they need to be tight against Liverpool. Very tight. Martinez need to be like man of the match, maybe. And let's see how it goes. Liverpool need as much point as they can before February and the African Nation Cup. So let's see.
Yeah, listen, I watched Leicester City, Aston Villa last week, and honestly, Aston Villa should have had 4 goals, maybe 5, and they were furious about the decision right before halftime
But this isn't
with the
Leicester.
ball. No, it's not. But what it showed was Aston Villa didn't go because Aston Villa versus Leicester. Look, Leicester's the better team.
Yes.
If we look at it on paper and on recent history,
you know what? No,
Leicester's the
no,
better team than
Leicester,
Aston Villa.
we're-
Aston Villa's coming off of a terror. They just
we're
fired their
going,
manager.
We're going back with what Cantac said. The rose is or the bloom is falling off the bush.
Don't go with anything Cantac says, and I'm an
Yeah.
Arsenal fan. Don't go with anything Cantac says, except that he's going to be buying beer on the 18th for the Arsenal Leeds match or Leeds Arsenal match. He's got an entire keg over at Patty's.
I'm going to get my seat
free
right
beer at Patty's.
What?
Yeah. Oh, well, that woke John up. Yeah. By the way, on the 18th, we're going to be watching the Leeds United versus Arsenal match at Patty's Pub, where Matt is going to be giving out free keg and lantern beer.
and we're
going to do the show
I
from
want
there.
T-shirts, hats.
I want to be
socks.
sober enough to do the show afterwards.
I can't.
And we're going to be doing a
guarantee you of
post match
that.
on the 18th.
You probably.
Uh,
You might be, but I doubt it.
Listen, the Stoop Derby, man. It's my favorite match of the year. I know we're not even talking about fucking Villa anymore, but the Stoop Derby is my favorite match of the year because
And this is like
win or
3
lose.
weeks from
No, it's not. It's a week away. Like
oh Lord,
8 days away.
Win or lose, we win.
Exactly. Win or lose, we win. Yes, I want my club to win. I always want my club to win. But if we lose, that means Leeds won, and all y'all will come join the show and talk shit to me. And y'all know I love that shit. So anyway, we'll talk about all that next week. So Liverpool, Aston Villa. I thought Aston Villa did a fantastic job. Stevie G has something going on there. They still have some issues. I think benching Danny Ings is the right thing to do.
He's
Danny
not
Ings
benched, he's
is
injured.
fantastic for the last 20 minutes of a match. Ollie Watkins needs to play, and he will become an incredible striker. Ollie Watkins. He needs to play every week in a system that doesn't leak goals like they had been in the beginning of the season. So I think that's why he's already doing better, because he's got more time and they're playing on the front foot a lot of times. So here's the question. Are they going to come at Liverpool, or are they going to try and keep it under 4 like Wolves did? And unfortunately, I think either way they lose this. If they lose it 3-2 or if they lose it 8-0, I think Villa lose this either way. But
I think, man, there's so much to like about the villains.
villains are the fan base.
I know, but
There's nothing to like
Aston
about the
Villa,
villains.
there's a lot to like. There's a lot to like. There's, there's a lot to like. But
Doesn't look like-
I do not see them doing squat against Liverpool. If they go at Liverpool on the counter is going to rip them to pieces. Their best bet is to not, because they can't do, I don't think they have the personnel to do what Wolves did against Liverpool. I don't think they have the ability to do that. And that's not ever been their game plan. But I can kind of see them sitting back a little bit to absorb the attack and try and sneak something here or there. But man, this is this is a tough road to hoe.
Yeah, man.
And there ain't a lot of hoes out there.
Yeah. Yep. Naji, what do you already gave your thoughts, right?
Yeah, but for the result, I'm going with Liverpool 2-0 against Villa.
2-0. I think that's a fair result.
So I'm going City 2-0 against Wolves, Liverpool at home against Villa 2-0.
All right. And I'm gonna go I'm actually gonna go 3-1. I think Liverpool as well, once they start scoring, fucking Trent Alexander-Arnold stops defending even more than he already stopped defending, and they can be caught out same way City can. They start to get a little bit lax, and and I think they get one. I think Villa right now are in a scoring mood where they're also one of these teams where you never know if it's Douglas Luiz or Leon Bailey or
The thing is, Bailey, Traore are injured.
even El
Yeah.
Naïs. Traore and Bailey are injured.
Bertrand Traore, Bailey is injured.
Anyway, so I think we all have Liverpool winning this.
I'm going 4-0. This is one where Liverpool scores 4.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on to the highlight of today's show. Listen, guys, I know we usually do 4, right?
But it's a shit week.
And Mark demanded that his choice. I mean, you can go ahead, Mark, at this point. Spoiler alert.
I'll tell you what, my choice is very much in line with the audience choice, which I am very certain is in line with the thinking of a gentleman who has been missing from our show for a little bit of time. We haven't seen him for a little bit. Can we bring him on? Can we bring on?
What do we got?
Can we bring on the Luke Guru?
Look out, Naji. Look out, Naji.
Here he is.
Naji.
And
The
he's
myth,
clean.
the
Look at
legend.
that man.
Hey.
Clean shaven, looking good.
The triple jabbed.
James always show up when we play Leeds United. Always.
Of course. He's got it marked in his
I wasn't going
calendar.
to miss this, man. I was not going to miss this.
I
I
know.
think James has this match in his calendar of his Palm Pilot from 1997. He had this match.
These matches have been
circled.
circled for years.
Yeah.
So-
Chelsea's
and so
coming
great to
Chelsea's
see
coming
ya.
to discover my two favorite opponents.
James, long
I
time
get,
no
I get
see.
off
Thank
of
you.
them. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, man. We miss you a lot. I know work has been weird and our schedule has been different, but it's so good to have you on.
Yeah, and you talk about a bunch of matches that I don't care about.
That's why I told you to come on later. I tried to get all of those out of the way. So now we can talk. Naji, James, me and Mark can sit back, finish our beers, and let you two
Hey,
have at it.
James, there is a lot of trash talk from the Stoop crew here. Stoop crew members. A lot of trash talk, man.
Yeah.
You could see that.
And James is like, and they're
trash
right
talk.
to do so.
Trash talk regarding what? This match?
We're playing Saturday. I
Right.
hope everybody bring the same energy on Monday.
Uh-huh.
I hope.
Well,
I don't know, dude. I mean, we're kind of walking wounded right now, so we're gonna have a lot of people out for that one.
You guys
But-
are in the ICU unit at this point.
Yeah.
It's getting. I read today how many players that are out, and the biggest news, the heartbreaker, I think, for Leeds is losing Calvin Phillips for what could be 2 months.
Yeah, it could be close to the rest of the
that
season.
you could have lost Rodrigo for the rest of the
But
season.
look, all these Leeds fans have been screaming for the likes of Gellard and Cresswell, and
guess
so
what?
you got them.
You got what you get what you ask for, because you have no choice at this point.
All right, Saturday, 10 a.m., 9 a.m. your time, James. What are we looking at here? What are we looking at? Talk to me, Goose.
Well, I mean, we're looking at the old cliche, right? A wounded animal is the most dangerous, and I think in our case, that's the way we're going to have to play, right? We're going to have to play balls to the wall. We're going to have to be fierce and act like there's no tomorrow, man, because it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough match with a very depleted squad and a very inexperienced squad. I think we're going to be playing a lot of young people. I mean, Tyler Roberts is going to be called on to play even a larger role than he's played in the past. I mean, he started
well last week.
And he's played pretty well. So I think we're going to be expecting him to continue improving. And I don't know. I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, the good thing is that Forshaw has been playing really well. So I think that he can kind of step into that KP role. And I mean, I don't think he's not KP, man. So let's not even compare the two. But I mean, he's serviceable, right? He's serviceable. He's experienced. He's been playing well, so I think that he'll be all right. As far as the back, I think we're okay in the back. We don't have. I mean, Cooper's out, but we've got ample replacements for that part of the team. Up front, I mean, yeah, it's going to be Roberts, James, Rafinha, and maybe I will probably see Gelhardt a lot. So in the upcoming games, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I hope that Marcelo has an answer for this, because we're going to have some. He's got to tweak, I think, some things.
Is Patrick Bamford out? Bamford is out again. He hurt himself celebrating.
He's out for about 3 weeks.
He tried that ballet plie, and he came down and he tweaked his hamstring.
Well, it was
again.
worth a
3 hamstring injuries, man. I mean, 3 hamstring injuries.
No,
So, Cooper, Phillips, and Bamford, all hamstrings.
Yeah.
So Naji, what are we? Oh,
no. I was just going to say that it's just, that while the issues are piling up for Leeds, Chelsea, they have their own issues right now.
Yeah,
Naji?
we conceded 8 goals within the last 4 games. That's really bad. We conceded against Watford. We conceded 3 against West Ham. That also beat Liverpool 3-2 as well. We conceded 3 yesterday, but that defense was like so bad, between Malang Sarr and Azpilicueta, and Christensen didn't know where he was, But this game, we're back to the Premier League now. We're going to try and organize the troops. We have Thiago Silva back. We have Christensen, Rudiger again, Mendy. Look, the game against West Ham was a good game for Chelsea. It's not like Chelsea played a bad game. We just had individual error. I mean, Mendy could have kicked the ball out in the court, outside, and it wouldn't have nothing happened. And then the last goal, we don't know if it was a shot on goal or not. And Mendy got caught. It was a bad game by Mendy, but he's a great goalkeeper. Melia did mistakes in the past. You're not going to blame Melia because he is a good goalkeeper. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a tough game. It's at home. Lukaku's back. Hopefully, Werner got 2 goals in the Champions League, which is good.
so he's done. Quota met. He met his quota.
That's it, huh?
I'll see you after Christmas.
And then I can't look. We conceded 3 goals in the Champions League, but did you guys see the formation? Did you guys see the players? I mean, Reeves James was playing as a holding midfielder. Saul was playing.
The question is whether or not we watched the match.
I did actually.
You watched it?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, I watched the
match,
second half. I watched the second half, and Zenit deserved to win. I mean, Timo Werner was offside for his second goal, and you know it. I don't know how they looked at it at VAR and were like, he's onside. He was like Richarlison was breaking TVs, going, "I'd have a hat trick." But let me ask you guys, James. So for a lot of people, for when Arsenal was playing Liverpool, they were calling it. Arsenal fans were like, "Well, this is a free hit. This is a free hit. Win or lose doesn't matter. It's Liverpool. We're not expected to lose." That mentality,
so hot at that time.
That mentality to me is, I understand what you mean by it, but how dare you go into a match that way? What are your thoughts? Because I'm hearing the same thing from you guys. Like your next, 4 matches, you have City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea, not in that order. So you should beat Arsenal, but the other 3 are those free hits. What do you feel about that, that term? Free hit.
I personally hate it. I mean, but that's something for supporters, man. I mean, the team is not going into the match thinking that. I mean, the team is going into the match thinking
Arsenal did.
Right.
I'm afraid Arsenal did.
I mean, supporters. Let me tell you something, man. And the Leeds supporters, those of us who've supported the team for a very long time. Dude, we need to party like it's 1984 at that fucking place. I mean, we need to we need to do what we did in 1984, and we need to make a statement. And that's it. I mean, the supporters need to bring it on Saturday. Just bring your A game, and they always do. We always do. Always bring our A game. Bring it on Saturday, and let's see what happens. But I'm not worried about it, dude. I mean, look, the team is not going to approach it that way. I think we can steal some points from these matches here and there. We'll see what happens. I mean, like you said, I mean, Arsenal's there for the taking, but we have, I'm not. That's definitely not a gimme by any stretch of the imagination. And the good thing is we play them at home. I just don't know. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens.
And let's not forget midweek. midweek, this midweek match that you guys have.
Yeah, that's gonna be
was an
tough.
amazing. Like you can't hope for that same result. And no, you never want to go down to 10 men against City.
No doubt.
Yeah,
but I wrote a freaking poem about it.
You
And
did?
by the way, I'm expecting that poem to get rewatched a lot this week. So y'all better push that.
That was
shit out
epic,
there.
man. It was epic.
I got a question for Naji here.
Why? Because somebody has to talk to Naji.
Oh, no. It's just the brain does its things. Naji, this is what I got to ask you. A few weeks ago, Chilwell goes down with a terrible knee injury.
Yeah.
You lose Conte in the same match, I believe. Chilwell, I hear, is out for the season. Conte, they have no idea when he's coming back. And I asked you at the time, are you worried? And you said no. And ever since, you guys have been giving up goals and giving up draws and dropping points. Do you still feel confident?
Yeah, I am still confident. We're going through a rough
Steve.
patch right now. We're going through a rough patch. I can't deny it. We drew Burnley 1-1. I think it started there.
Give him a second, John.
We beat Leicester City. All you guys said, oh, Leicester City, they're gonna be big in that. We beat them 3-0. And then we lost our way a little bit. We won against Watford. We didn't deserve to win that game. 3-2. We beat Juventus 4-0, but then we lost 3-2 against West Ham, which is you guys know we spoke about it already. And then we drew 3-3 with Zenit. We're going through a rough patch right now. That's fine. We just need to regroup. Tuchel need to. We have a lot of injuries. That's true, but we need to straighten out the defense, and I think that's what we're gonna do this Saturday.
Sorry, Naji, you're like you're speaking like facts and figures and stuff. But okay, you can unmute. But Ben, Arizona is just.
I am not worried. No.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. I don't think you should be worried. If there's anybody I'm worried about right now.
What's up, Dan? Good to see you.
It is Leeds.
Naji, listen, Dan made sure, and he texted me today and was like, let me make sure I need to support Naji because I know your fans are going to be giving him stick. Thank you so much. And so good to see you, Dan. Naji's got a little help here. He needs a little support.
I mean, look, if I'd be honest, heading
he deserves all the abuse that he gets. He brings it on himself.
Exactly.
He does.
Exactly.
He does.
Heading into
Come on. His ego, his cocky attitude, his arrogance.
Heading into last week's match, I was beginning to feel the confidence of Leeds, and unfortunately, they got hit hard by that injury bug to, Calvin Phillips and Liam Cooper. I know a lot of people feel that Liam Cooper has not been playing well. I am not one of them. I think Liam Cooper.
I think he's been playing well.
I think he's a guy. In the NBA, you might call him a glue guy.
Yeah.
Someone that you don't really see doing much, but is doing a lot of the dirty work and making the machine move. And I think Cooper is going to be really missed in this match. And it's coming back to what I said in prior weeks. I just don't know where the goals are going to come from for Leeds, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of Gilhard, to see more of Tyler Roberts.
Do you know who I think is going to have a game?
Dan James. He's due.
He is.
I want to see him just rip it up in one match.
And
they're going to do it. This is be a great one.
And listen, I've been saying how when he first joined the team, I was like, oh, I don't know. But then he ran his ass off. But then you could see it in his face. He's a little bit like, I'm a Man United player. I used to play for. And then that all kind of went away. And I feel like he's been putting in the work. And I feel like a lot of these performances where the team was starting to be like, oh, crap, we're just not working. His work rate stayed high and brought other people back up. Like they started to go like, oh, I'm tired. And oh, shit, Dan's still running.
Okay. So what you're saying is that Dan James has gone through a Bielsification?
A Bielsification, definitely.
There's an adjustment period with any player. There's an adjustment period. That's why whenever we whenever we acquire someone new, it takes them a while before. I mean, it takes Bielsa a while before you can trust them enough to insert them into the lineup. Unfortunately, though, with James, I mean, it was a situation where there was necessity involved. I mean, Rafinha was hurt, so James had to be played, immediately. I think that had Rafinha been healthy, I think that he would have probably gradually, inserted James into the lineup and, playing like a half here, a half there, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, just to get him acclimated. But there is a period of adjustment whenever a new player comes to Leeds. And I think James has had 2 really good games in a row. I think he's looked good. So, he's improving as well. I mean, we're gonna have to bring it on Saturday. There's no doubt about that. I mean, it's not going to be easy. We don't play well in London. It's a team that we traditionally really despise, so it's going to be I think a heated affair. That's going back to the 1960s. So it's going to be interesting.
Well, now this brings me to the other James that will be on the pitch, Naji's James. Because I feel like this is actually a good time to play Chelsea, because Chelsea are in a weird situation right now where you don't have Chilwell, but you do have James. You have Rudiger, you have Christensen, you have Chalobah, and you have
no Chalobah this week.
So no Chalobah.
I heard he's hurt.
You have Thiago Silva, and you have Alonso. But now Reece James has been getting a little Trent Alexander-Arnolded,
Right.
where he got that scoring bug in him, that assist bug, I'm owned by 60% of fantasy team players, and I think that kind of is getting in his head, and his defending has been worse.
It's been a little lax
and
lately.
to the point where he got moved to midfield because Tuchel's going, well, you know what? Maybe he should play midfield.
He doesn't like it there.
No, because he's not the surprise attack.
Exactly.
Right now, he's benefiting.
Because now they can key on him.
Same thing. Exactly. He's benefiting from the fact that he's a defender. So, and I may be wrong about this, but aren't James and James on the same side of the pitch?
Yeah, and I'll say this too. That without Bamford, without Paddy in the lineup, we're going to have basically sort of James is kind of a Bowen-esque type player. And Gelhardt is as well. So, and Bowen gave Chelsea fits in that match. So, I expect it's going to be a different type of game than I think that they're expecting, because Bamford is more of an aerial game. It's more hold-up play, that sort of thing. And
Rudiger loves that.
Gelhardt can get the ball outside the box and take on defenders and make them look like just complete idiots and score on them. And he's that good. James has that potential as well. So I think that it's going to be, and then you add Rafinha into the mix. And I think a lot of it's going to be played like outside of the box, taking on defenders, creating space. It's going to be a different type of offensive attack than we're used to seeing with Leeds.
And then that puts Rafinha with Alonso.
It's good, some good matchups.
Oh, Azpilicueta.
I think Azpi starts.
Yeah, I think so because of his defensive work.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Rafinha against Alonso, like.
Yeah. But don't forget,
that's not going to work.
Alonso could get you goals too. You can't dismiss that. And he could hit free kicks.
Yep. Yeah. So you're saying they both start Azpilicueta and
we don't
Alonso?
know. Aspi started the last game against Zenit, and then Alonso came in the second half. Usually Tuchel doesn't like to change that much, so I think Alonso will play that game. I think so.
I mean, if it comes to I do agree. Alonso, the best part of Alonso is his attacking, and I feel like Reece James, the best part of his game is the attacking.
Yeah.
I don't think Reece James
the
plays.
speedy wingers of
Because
Dan James
at
and
the end of the
Rafinha.
day,
And I still don't think I can call Leeds winning this match. I'm just saying I see the situations presented, the one-on-one situations that are being presented, that there's a tiny bit that you could say is in Leeds' favor. That being said, if Lukaku just goes off, if Pulisic plays and goes off, if Ziyech, Mason Mount, all of that goes wrong, it can get carried away. it could
too
get
much
carried away.
change. There's
Look,
too much change.
you
There's
could-
too much injuries. They have an injury in the back. They have an injury in the midfield. They have an injury.
So
up
do
front.
Chelsea look past Leeds though?
I
Because
certainly
Chelsea play
hope
midweek
not.
again.
I certainly
Everybody
hope-
plays midweek.
Everybody plays midweek, but I certainly hope not.
Then we go play in the World
Man,
Cup club.
This is going to be a tough
Oh,
one.
Jesus,
for
the
Leeds.
Club
I'm
World
so
Cup
sorry
as
to
well.
put it out there, man. You know,
And don't forget,
I want to see the top falter because my squad is actually hanging on up top a little bit. You know,
You're right there with me. Let's hang
Yeah,
on the top.
we're
10.
hanging on together.
We're looking for the top 10
and
trophy,
so
the participation
so we're
trophy.
hoping
Hanging on for
some of
dear
these
life.
top, some of these top teams kind of falter to keep us in there.
don't forget that.
And
Also,
this is the time of
Rafinha-
year when this happens.
Absolutely, this is the time of year that this happens. This is time when where you are first to make to give players rest because you have 3 matches in 10 days after you just had 3 matches in 12 days or whatever
Yeah.
it was. I mean, it's
And listen,
it's a
Chelsea
brutal
played
time
midweek
of the
this week.
year,
They played midweek,
Everyone plays
like-
midweek.
Yeah, but this midweek, Leeds didn't play, Arsenal didn't play, Wolves didn't play.
Fair enough.
This
fair enough.
midweek.
But I'm talking
Next
the future.
midweek, yeah.
I'm talking in the
But I'm
future.
saying that's
And
4 weeks in a
those-
row that they
those
played
are-
2 games.
Those are matches that you might look past to Leeds because who does Chelsea get next, Naji? After Leeds.
I am not sure, to be honest. I don't look past what's the game right now.
Oh,
You don't
good
pass.
one, Naji. Good
Yeah.
one.
You
Good
don't
one.
look
focus.
past, but a team
But look, I
can
wanna-
look past.
I just want to mention a point that you're saying that Alonso, it's a mismatch because he was on the side of Rafinha. But hey, Rafinha need to track back also when Alonso
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
he's a
yeah,
wing
yeah.
back.
Sure.
You know,
Correct,
so,
correct.
I mean,
And,
you need-
and
you
that
need to-
happens. You saw in the last Leeds United games, the last Leeds United game, for the whole end of the match, Rafinha was hardly in the attack because he was having to defend so much. And you saw the attack going up, and Rafinha was still, because I've got an eagle eye on Rafinha because he's on my fantasy team, and
Yeah,
I
I mean, the only thing
and I'm just
Rafinha-
like, get in the other half of the pitch, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
The whole, I mean, the entire team was on MIA for a lot of that second half until the miracle strike by Patty.
Chelsea
saved us.
Chelsea
that was
plays,
a pretty dismal second half.
Chelsea plays Everton on the 16th of December.
Oh, look
All
out!
right,
They're
so
very
there's-
good now.
there's
They're
no-
very Everton are
There will be
incredible
no
these
looking
days.
past Leeds to
Everton are incredible, guys. Look
No,
out for
just-
them. They're very, 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 very good. Shut up.
Only if you sit
up.
back and give them miles of space.
Shut up.
to
They're
operate.
very good. They're very, very good. They're such a good team. They're gonna win the league.
Don't you know who we are?
Well, guys, let's get to our score predictions. And so all of you in the Stoop crew, in the audience there, don't forget to hit the like button, by the way, subscribe, all that shit. Like,
Yeah, man, and like
share it,
join,
stuff like that.
Join the Stoop crew. If Mo Master, you've been following our show for
It's
a
all right. He
while.
puts in the time.
I don't see the little logo by your name. Come on, it's only. It's
So,
if
guys,
you're looking for $3 a month. I
he
don't know
can't
what
get a
that
day
is.
job living in the dungeon.
God, Lord, I
Mr.
mean,
Tom pays him 2
he's-
shillings
no,
a
it's,
week.
It's like Amsterdam, they put in a couple of quarters,
Mark-
and the thing comes down, and Mo Master's there.
Mark, let's go first. Me and you. We're gonna do our predictions, and then we'll let these
We'll let them
these two
rival
duke
it out.
So let's talk this out. I think as much as it could be a fun match to watch, I just don't see Leeds winning this.
Nope.
That being said, could they draw?
Where does the goal come from? Or is
Rafinha,
it
Dan
0-0?
James, and Tyler Roberts, man. Little Tyro.
I don't.
Wait, Tyro? Tyberts?
I don't.
Tyberts?
Tyberts? I don't see it. I in the past
I'm
I've
looking
said
at a
I just
2-1,
don't
I
see
think.
it. I want to see more of Geldhard. I want to see more of Roberts. I want to see Dan James have a great match and take this under control, and then you write an epic poem about Dan James.
I will never do that. He's a Man United player.
No, he's a Leeds player.
He
right
was
now.
a Man
It
United
don't
player.
matter.
I won't write
It
about
don't
him.
matter. He's been Bielsificated.
Nope. Sorry.
I don't know where
It's like if Harry Kane comes to Arsenal, he can win us a bunch of leagues and I'll be happy, but I won't ever like him.
Oh,
It's like when you're dating a girl, but she dated that dude, like you don't love her. You don't, I mean, you
no,
may
it's
like her,
true.
but you don't love her.
No predictions. Leeds won't lose. Bandy, I would love to say that, but I think where the injuries are for Chelsea, where the problems lie for Chelsea, is in the defense. But you guys don't have anybody. Leeds doesn't have anybody to score.
So what's your call?
2-0 Chelsea.
2-0.
Sorry.
Listen, last season, this match I called 6-1 Leeds United.
How'd that work out for you?
They lost bad.
I think it was 4-1.
It
was something terrible.
It was one of those where like we shouldn't be allowed to watch
We
this.
drew in Leeds, though.
We shouldn't
We
be
drew
watching
at Ellen Road. We drew there.
Oh,
Right.
so it was the next. It was the.
It was
the,
Chelsea at home. We won
Yeah,
4-1,
Chelsea at
but
home.
we drew
I
the
called
first game.
I think I called that one 6-1. So listen, I'm gonna go
6-1 again.
No, 2-1 because they didn't do well when I said that. So Leeds love proving me wrong. So let's do it. I'm gonna say 2-1 Chelsea. I do think a goal is scored. Just because
who scores it?
who scores?
Who scores it?
Dan
Rafinha?
James.
Dan James.
Dan
Damn
James. Assist from Rafinha.
All right,
Yeah,
I think this
okay.
is the time of the program where we indeed just kind of sit back and let it happen.
All right,
Naji
duke it out,
and
fellas.
James, you guys go at it.
Go ahead, James.
Well, I'll begin by a couple lines from a little ditty from Leeds. When I was just a little boy, I asked my mother, what should I be? Should I be Chelsea? Should I be Leeds? And then other people can pick it up. But anyway, you know the answer
Hey
to that
James,
question.
you missed the intro, but that was our intro today, by the way.
Oh, was it? Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
I missed it. I was getting my third jab. Okay, so, I'll never pick Leeds to lose. Never. I've never picked him to lose. I'll never pick him to lose. It's just not in me. But I don't know if I can pick him to win this. So I think it's going to take us a while with all the injuries to get some sort of chemistry between everybody out on the pitch. We've had our full squad for all of about 40 minutes this season because of injuries. And I think, I like what we have to put in there to plug into these positions. But at the same time, I think it's going to take us a while to find some chemistry. So I'm going to say 2-2. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. And I think the goals are going to come from James and Rafinha.
I like it.
See, I can't say that won't happen. Like,
I can't
And I think the
can't
key.
say it.
Chelsea have
Yeah,
been
I think
weird
the
enough,
key-
letting in weird goals.
Yeah, and the key to this match is going to be the play of Ailing and Firpo.
Ooh.
So, Bill is back.
Yeah.
Bill is instrumental in link-up play
Yeah.
with Rafinha.
Yeah, he looked good last week.
Firpo is getting better and better. I still don't know if he's the answer back there, but he is improving. He had a good game last game. So I'm
After
hoping
the yellow.
that he continues improvement and that he and James, whoever's playing that left side, can develop a rapport and provide some good options for us on that side of the pitch. I don't know. So we'll see. But I think 2-2. I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair.
All right, Naji.
Sing us a song, lad.
Again, I don't see Chelsea conceding in this game. We conceded 8 within the last 4 games, but I don't see us conceding in this game.
There you go, Ben Ireland. Ben has been waiting for you to say that all day.
Yeah,
Literally all day. Like he's been
I know.
texting me in the
I
morning
know.
saying, I can't wait for Naji to say that Chelsea won't concede.
Giving up 8 goals in the past 3 matches.
Yeah. And I think Tuchel is going to get us ready for this game. We have Mendy back on track. I hope so this game too. Loftus-Cheek is not doing that bad in replacing Kovacic and Kante. He's not doing that bad. I like him with Jorginho. I think if Mount, Lukaku, and Werner play in this game, I think we'll be able to beat Leeds at home 2-0.
All right, we got 2-0, 2-1, 2-0,
2-0. Yeah.
and 2-2. So Chelsea will score 2 goals, clearly. So, all right. Well, guys, that's been a fun weekend watch list. Now, guys, we have some really interesting news that I wanted to share with you, and I only wanted to share it with the people who lasted till the end of the show. And there's 22 of us here watching the show right now, at the very least. But the reason I am sporting my Arsenal shit right now, even though I'm furious with my club, I was actually chosen to be interviewed to be in the match day program at Ellen Road for the Leeds Arsenal match. They were looking for an Arsenal fan to interview, and enough of you guys put my name out there, put our show out there on Twitter, on Facebook, everywhere like that, and they contacted me and they sent me a ton of questions, and we had a little photo shoot right here. And in the questions, I mentioned the Stoop crew nonstop. I let them know how the majority of our fans are Leeds United, and how even though I'm an Arsenal fan, he's a Wolves fan, and the Chelsea fan is here most of the time. But so if you guys are going to be there at Ellen Road for the Arsenal match, get the program. Get an extra one if you can. Take a photo of it, send it to us. That'll be awesome. I know we're going to get the digital one, but good challenge. Mention the Adele story. But
not the Adele, we would be in so much trouble if
No,
we mentioned
no.
any sort of story with Adele.
They just say, "What's your match prediction?" I'm like, 3-2 Adele.
There you go.
That's it. But that's pretty cool. And I have to send a special thanks to one of our longtime Stoop crew members, Mr. Tom. He's the one who got this kicked off. I didn't even know about it. He was like, "You got to have this guy on. This is why," and that kind of steamrolled the whole thing. So fantastic. So at Ellen Road, every single one of you crazy Leeds fans will be handed a picture of me. That's fucking stupid. That's
Now, do you get a program for free, or do you have to buy it?
I don't know.
Adele has more chances of scoring than Aubameyang.
You know what? If
Well-
Aubameyang would actually write a hit album about all the times he misses,
I also still think that Adele has a bigger chance of winning a Grammy than Aubameyang.
Anyway, but that's awesome news. So we're going to be doing a big show at Patty's on the 18th.
That's Patty's of Park Slope.
Patty's at Park Slope, yeah. And so hopefully you guys will see me and we'll get some snapshots. So during the match, send me photos if you're there, and wear your Stoop crew gear if you have it. If you're going to be there, I'll send you a sign. I'll send you the PDF or the JPEG for the sign. £6. Damn. Oh, you got to buy
£6
it.
for a program.
By the way, Mo Master was asking how to join the Stoop
Just hit the
group.
join
There's
button. There should be a join button right
on
below
the
here.
YouTube site. You know, that's what we need. Got to keep it going so that we can keep it going. This
No
ain't
wonder
cheap.
I'm staying sober. I've been pounding these. I'm just cold.
I know.
No, I already wrote my answers. My answer's already done. We just had to take the photo, and we got it done with our lovely little lights.
I can't wait to see Dan on Monday.
Yo, you guys are neighbors anyway. You should meet up. No, I don't need to give you any backup. Anyway, James, thank you so much for joining us. We
been
always
great
love
seeing
having
you.
you. And then I wanted to make sure that hopefully after the Arsenal Leeds match, you can call in maybe for the post match, depending on how it goes. I suppose.
Yeah.
Now I just saw
I could be enraged at that point, but yes. And again, I have to reiterate: all the Leeds supporters going to the match on Saturday turn Stamford Bridge into a cauldron of hate.
Yes.
I want to see blood on the boots and in the stands, and just let's see, like I said, party like it's 1984. Let's go.
Fantastic. Now I just saw something pop up. It didn't come up in the comments, but Dirty Jersey Chris was wondering about Brendan Rodgers and how long he keeps his job join us tomorrow for happy hour, and we just might address that.
Now I have to do research on goddamn Brendan Rodgers.
Like you don't watch?
Jesus
You don't know the
Christ.
table?
I've had enough of Leicester. They're terrible. I told you he's losing. So don't forget, guys, join us tomorrow for happy hour. We'll be out there at 7 o'clock. Out there? No.
We'll be in here.
I'll be in the basement because it's cold.
I'll be at home.
And it's 4:30 and it's already dark now. So from me and Mark from the festive holiday Stoop and the snowman back there with the penguins. Love you, James. Love you, Naji. Love you,
See you,
Stoop
James.
crew. Love
Leeds,
you, Director
Leeds.
John. Thank you so much. I hope all your teams lose.